Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What's going on, man? What's up, folks? And thank you very much for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 541. Episode number 541 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask everybody out there to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Gab, the last bastion of freedom of speech and social media today. Did you hear they're cracking down on YouTube on so-called propaganda? They're cracking down on Facebook. They've been cracking down on Twitter. So I'm telling you this right now. Spread this link around like wildfire and let everybody know out there on the internet and throughout the world that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. Do you understand that? All right, and by the way, Gab. I was leading into Gab, and here I'm looking at these assholes on Gab, and they're already gabbing at me. They're posting. Just shut up, all you guys on Gab. Just shut the hell up. Anyway, you can follow me on Gab, folks. All right, and I strongly advise each and every one of you get a membership on Gab. All right, that's gab.ai. You just type that in your browser, gab.ai, and you can follow me on that website, on that social media, under the name Politics Ghost, all right? All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And not only that, I'm verified, baby. I am verified on there. Now, with that being said, folks, I know we got a lot of things to talk about on this Monday, but we got some serious business to talk about. First and foremost, in the first hour, I am going to break down why exactly is the stock market and the crypto markets and every damn market is crashing right before our very eyes. And it has a lot to do with the Democrats and their government shutdown. I told you this on Saturday. I told you this on Thursday. What's happening, folks, is the bond holders, all right, or I should say the bond buyers. You know, people who buy our bonds, typically governments, typically big, huge billionaires, they're basically purchasing our debt. And for a long period of time, we've had a lot of people purchase our debt on a frequent basis at very, very low interest yields on those bonds. Now, since the government shutdown happened, folks, over illegal immigrants, the investors in the bond markets got spooked. And as a result, there wasn't as many people to purchase those bonds that we needed so that it could suffice the debt necessary. Remember, these people, when they purchase, we're purchasing more debt from these people. That's the whole purchase of bonds. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, listen. there wasn't enough bond investors to buy up the bonds that the U.S. Treasury was selling at the latest auction. And what did the Treasury have to do to make it attractive for investors to invest? Raise the interest yields on those bonds, folks. Why? It was a direct consequence of the Democrats shutting down the government for illegal immigrants. And listen, we're 3 days away from this whole damn charade going on again. Lest we forget, the remedy to the last government shutdown was to kick the goddamn can down the road to February 8th, for Christ's sake. All right? And we need these assholes in Washington, D.C. to take their heads out of their ass because they are causing this crash, folks. You have to understand this. I mean, we have nothing but positive economic news. I mean, 5.4% GDP. I mean, we've got low unemployment numbers across the board. Lowest unemployment in almost 20 years. All right, we've got unbelievable investment coming into the United States. We've got manufacturing coming into the United States. We've got jobs coming to the United States. We've got raises. We've got promotions. We've got bonuses being paid in the companies in the United States. Now, why isn't this translating into the continuity of positivity in the markets? Because of what I just told you. Lest we forget, folks, we owe $20 trillion in debt. $20 trillion in United States debt. And as I stated in the last broadcast, all the taxes that the United States collects from us taxpayers, all the accumulated taxes every year goes to pay the interest on that $20 trillion. I mean, we're not even touching the principal. We're paying the interest. And you see, folks, when we have to heighten the bond yield interest rates to attract investors, I mean, that means at some point when those bonds mature and the government has to pay those yields, they've got to pay those yields at a higher percentage rate, which at this point in time does not compute with our current budget. And that's why you have a lack of enthusiasm out here in the bond market when it comes to purchasing United States debt. There should be no reason why the stock market is going down. But you could think those assholes in Washington, D.C. I'm not just talking about the Democrats. Those people, you already know they're treasonous pieces of anti-American trash. But we also got some establishment Republicans trying to throw a wrench in the Make America Great Again engine, folks. You know it and I know it. I mean, good God, look at the people that didn't even want to vote for the tax cut because they were a bunch of rhinos. Look at the main characters. Folks, I mean, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of having to deal with this. And you want to know why, folks? 2016 gave us, the United States people, the opportunity to change this whole goddamn system. And you see, we are witnessing right now the system fight against the people in a variety of different capacities. And in my personal view, we are witnessing the people being segmented, being divided, and becoming complacent. And that's why I continue to do this broadcast, man. I'm hoping that I'm sparking synapses in people's brains out there that are listening in because this is goddamn serious business. Your president needs you at this point in time, and if you were part of the Trump train back in 2016, it's about time for you to start getting a little bit goddamn political again. Now, once again, the reason that we're seeing this is because of the Congress. You could thank all those assholes in Capitol Hill, the D.C. swamp, thank those jerk-offs on why we're witnessing these dramatic contractions in all markets, all right? And look, that contagion of the bond holders, the bond investors not wanting to purchase U.S. debt and the U.S. Treasury having to raise the bond yields on those bonds, that contagion is spreading all over the world. I mean, look at all the stock markets all across the world, for Christ's sake. Everything is down. Everything is down because, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, this government shutdown really shocked the investment community and the international community. So I'm just simply stating, man, right now we're in some dire straits unless those of us that are politically aware start putting some pressure, and we need to start getting creative when it comes to putting our pressure on these damn politicians who should be representing us, the people, the American people. Anyway, we're going to talk about that in the first hour. Crypto, stock contractions, why they're happening, and why it's the Democrats' damn fault. Then we're going to talk a little bit about President Trump, folks. He lashed out. It's about time he lashed out at that damn little Adam Schiff, that damn congressman out of California. This guy looks like a freaky-looking dude. You know, he looks like he's literally on something, in my opinion. The guy's like, no, you don't understand. There's definitely Russian collusion. I mean, his eyes are all wide. You know, his nostrils are flared. No, you don't understand. Everything is all about Russia, Trump. Don't listen to Nunez, okay? Stupid freak. He lashed out at little Adam Schiff. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the president's speech today, which was definitely a battle cry for everybody out there who was on the Trump train in 2016. And in that speech, he called the Democrats' actions, how they just sat on their hands and did nothing, when all President Trump was doing was listing good news and success that the first year's tenure of his presidency has had on the country. And many of that was to their constituency. I mean, you saw the Congressional Black Caucus, they didn't even stand up when President Trump said that black unemployment was the lowest in American history. I mean, just the most anti-American crap. I mean, if you were listening to the speech while I was broadcasting, you know what I'm talking about. Well, folks, today Trump called out these Democrats, and I'm glad he used the language. He said that these damn Democrats are treasonous. They're treasonous, anti-American scum, and I thank God the president used the word treason, because that's what the Democrats are. They're anti-American pieces of crap. They are trying to destroy this country. I mean, everything that the president laid out at the State of the Union was not something that was against their constituency. If these assholes on the left were truly bipartisan, as Chuck kicked the American people in the balls, Schumer always claims, then they would have been happy that black unemployment is at an all-time low, Hispanic unemployment at an all-time low, general unemployment at a 20-year low. They'd be happy for these things. But they're not. They're not, folks. And I'm telling you, and I'm glad the president said it, but you need to just go look at that State of the Union address again and take a look at the anti-American actions of the Democrats, not words. Anyone can say words. Parrots can say words. The actions of the Democratic Party in that State of the Union speech, and that proves to everyone that they're anti-American trash, and if you're a Democrat, then you hate this country at this point in time. I don't know how anyone can still claim to be a Democrat and actually try to say with a smiling freaking face that they are pro-America, or they're for our troops, or they're for the continuity of this country, for Christ's sake. It's disgraceful. And we should have known this. I mean, how many damn tail signs does the damn Democrats need to show you before you realize that they are anti-American trash? Do we remember back in 2016 they wouldn't even have a freaking American flag lying around during any of Hillary Clinton's speeches or the Democrats? Do you remember that? That's what I'm saying, man. These people hate this country. These people hate this country, for heaven's sake. You understand that? And if you don't believe me, take a look at all the policies that were passed during Barack Obama's tenure. And take a look at how President Trump is undoing all those dumb, ridiculous policies that were socialist and communist in nature that Obama enacted on this country. And you notice every time he dismembers and dismantles another Obama policy, America gets that much more prosperous, gets that much more economically productive. The GDP has gone, 5.4% GDP. Give me a break. I'm glad the president called them treasonous. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Nunes memo. Of course, folks, the FBI, the media, they're working overtime to try to downplay this. And this should go to show you that the media, the DOJ, the FBI are all complicit with the Democrats in this grand conspiracy of trying to maintain the criminal organization status quo of D.C. And we're going to talk about that extensively, by the way. Moreover, we're also going to talk a little bit about how the president took aim at the UK health system and how some of the leftist limeys out there didn't really appreciate it very much. I think Jeremy Corbyn, right, the labor leader out there, the Bernie Sanders equivalent out there in the UK, I think it was Jeremy Corbyn that retweeted or something at Donald Trump and said, no, you don't understand. We just don't want our system to be privatized, and that's why people out here are protesting. You don't understand. Having health insurance, having universal health care is a human right. It is a human right. Jesus Christ, shut up, Corbyn. Don't you idiots out there in limey land understand that Corbyn is just a blowhard, just like Bernie Sanders was? What did Bernie Sanders say? The same goddamn thing that Jeremy Corbyn said. Hey, I'm Bernie Sanders, and I want you to donate to my campaign right now. I need you all to keep contributing. You understand? You gave me about $250 million the last time I ran for president. I wrote a book. You schlemiels went out and bought it, and all I did for you was tell you that I was going to give you free college, that I was going to give you free health care, that I was going to give you free everything as long as you gave me all the pennies left in your college debt account. Give it to Uncle Barney over here, and I will make it all better. I will make it all better. But you know something? I didn't get elected president, so I have to keep the $250 million, and I've got to buy a summer house. And you know something? I know you all are complaining about how I took your money, but let me tell you something. All I've got to tell you is come on over here and take your underwears off. Hey, no, just come on over here. Come sit on Uncle Barney's lap. You know Uncle Barney. You know Uncle Barney. Now come on over here and sit on Uncle Barney's lap and take your underwears off and keep contributing. That's right. Don't worry about the pants tent. Don't worry about the pants tent. Okay. All right. Now I want you to sit on my apple. I want you to sit on my apple right now. Come on over here. Keep contributing. Come on. Hey, that's right. Keep contributing. Come on over here. Keep contributing. Yeah. Hey, you like that? Hey, you feel the boing? Hey, you feel that boing? Hey? Oh, yeah, keep giving me your money. Come on, I'm going to give you anything. I'll give you anything, honey. I'll give you anything. Come on over here. Sit on my apple. Yeah, keep going. I'm there. I'm almost there. Hey, oh my God. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. No. Don't touch my apple. All right. Oh, you chipped my apple. Oh, you chipped my apple. All right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to clean yourself up. And don't tell anybody I tell you to take your underwears off and keep contributing. I mean, that's what these people on the left do to you every time. Every time. And you people keep falling for it like a bunch of morons. I can't believe that. You people keep falling for this. Anyway, we're going to move on. I gotta keep going. Anyway, we're also going to talk about the backstabbing establishment Republicans that are also backstabbing the president out here. And I'm talking about this stupid blowhard with freaking doll hair. I'm talking about Representative Trey Gowdy, for Christ's sake. I'm sick and tired of everybody on the right putting this guy on a goddamn pedestal when everything that involved this asshole, he completely botched because he's an incompetent prick. And not to mention some Texas representative out here, which I've never really liked, this guy by the name of Will Hurd, ex-CIA agent, conveniently enough. I mean, there should be a law against that. I mean, we should not have ex-CIA agents a part of the government. You understand that? We should not. Will Hurd, I mean, this guy's a piece of trash, all right? And you want to know why he's a piece of trash? Well, I'll tell you in the second hour, for Christ's sake. Anyway, after that, we're going to talk about Super Bowl 2018. And you know that every commercial had like a racially political overtone to it? You know, you had to have like every freaking race thrown in, a mixed race. I mean, come on, we just want to watch football. Well, folks, there was outrage when Dodge Ram decided to utilize, I guess, part of a Martin Luther King speech. And now you've got all the black folk out there outraged that Martin Luther King's speech was used to sell Dodge Ram trucks, for Christ's sake. All right? They're all pissed. They're all like, man, that's not funny, baby. That's Martin Luther King, baby. That went out there, he went out there and died for my kids, baby. He went out there and died for my kids, baby. Well, I want to enlighten everybody out there in the second and third hour about why Dodge Ram used the damn speech by Martin Luther King and who got paid for it. That's right, somebody got paid, all right? So we'll get to that in the second and third hour. All right, in the third hour, we're going to talk about how Turkey's Erdogan, that's right, Prime Minister Erdogan, this guy who's trying to reignite the spirit of the Ottoman Empire or something, he met with Pope Francis today. Pope Francis. Now, what does this Turkish prime minister, who's trying to galvanize himself as some brilliant, hardcore leader within the Islamic world, why is he meeting with Pope Francis? I mean, this is just, I mean, what is Erdogan doing? Does Erdogan even know what he's doing? Oh, my God. Anyway, look, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about how Russia, remember, aside from Turkey's Erdogan having a current military action in Syria's Afrin, the city of Afrin, we also have Russia now intensifying an attack in the region of Idlib, Syria. That's because they are responding to a militia that shot down one of their fighter jets out of the sky. So they are now, blowing the hell out of Idlib for no goddamn reason. It's pretty bad out there. A lot of civilian casualties, typical Russian garbage. Anyway, we're going to talk about all that. But now, let's just go ahead and talk about what is going on in the cryptocurrency markets, all right? Now, first and foremost, I want to say that didn't I tell you all to stay away from Bitcoin, BTC? I've been telling you guys to stay away from this crap, even back in the freaking 501, for Christ's sake. And why did I say that Bitcoin was not a long-term investment anymore, and that the whole reason why it's the price that it is because of over-speculation and ignorance and hype? Well, the day of reckoning of Bitcoin is upon us, folks, and if you want my personal opinion, we are seeing the death of Bitcoin, in my opinion, and it is taking everything down with it. It's taking everything down with it, folks. And let's be honest, we talked about who set this whole selling spree in motion. It was Wall Street. Now, as I've been stating, if you all have been observing the market capitalization of the entire crypto market, you will notice that it has considerably gone down here within the past week or two. All right, it's gone from at least $550 billion to right now, folks, the current market cap of the entire crypto market is $330 billion. We got as low as $298 billion in the crypto markets today before we started bouncing back here and started finding a bottom of this goddamn tanking session. Now, Bitcoin, folks, this is part of the reason why the cryptocurrency markets are contracting. Another part is the fact that we've got some investigation going on into Tether. Now, what did I tell you all about Tether, folks? All right, now, in my opinion, I've always said it was a scam. Everybody considers it like, hey, you know, it's a safe haven. I can just trade my crypto for Tether, and then Tether will just like, you know, it'll just be Tether. It'll just won't get any, it won't gain, it won't lose any money. It's a safety net. What people don't understand, and I think that the SEC and the FTC are starting to recognize, is that Tether is nothing more than a scheme in which they can create an unlimited amount of Tether to trade for all those reactionary neckbeards, nerds, and dorks, which comprise the majority of this market at this point in time, all right, to trade impulsively so that they could think that they're not losing or gaining any money during a contraction by buying this Tether. Now, folks, Tether is nothing more than a bunch of nerds producing this Tether, and they're mass producing it, folks. They just put out another, I don't know how many billion into the Tether market to supposedly, quote, keep up with the equilibrium of the dollar. Now, what does this mean? I'll tell you what's happening in my opinion. This is my opinion. The Tether folks are giving out Tether, and all these crypto nerds, dorks, and neckbeards are giving them whatever crypto. Ether, Bitcoin, Quantum, whatever, for Tether. These idiots are holding Tether out here, and what are the people that got Tether doing? They're cashing out the crypto, you morons. All right, they're cashing out the crypto. I mean, do you understand that there's just a group of computer dorks, in my opinion, out there that are creating Tether out of nothing, and they're like, well, we got to create 1 billion more so that we can keep up with the equilibrium of the dollar. Are you kidding me? Where are you going to stop? I mean, do you understand that some moron who's producing Tether is trading you people real cryptocurrency for this crap that he's manufacturing out of his mom's basement, all right? And he's taking your Bitcoin and your Ethereum or whatever you're trading this person and giving you this crap Tether, which is useless, and he's taking your goddamn shit and he's cashing out. Now, the reason I'm talking about Tether is because now the SEC and the FTC know that this is happening, and they're going to crack down on Tether, and this is yet another step into regulation at this point in time. With that being said, we also have we had a Senate hearing. I don't know if y'all know this, folks. We actually had a Senate hearing on crypto. And there's really nothing that I can gather from it. You had a bit of yay and nays all around. The person that is the SEC chair, Jay Clayton, he wasn't completely against cryptocurrency in his statement about it, but he did bring up some cautious concerns about the cryptocurrency market, which is, in my personal opinion, a step right into regulation. Now, with that being said, we've got all this news going on, right? With that being said, you have a lot of selling going on. So with all this negative news and selling going on, no one is coming into the market anymore, and the neckbeards and dorks and losers are all leaving the market. They're all leaving the market. And you want to know something? I'm glad they're leaving the market. I'm glad. Because it's about time that we eliminate these dorks, nerds, and neckbeards who have been giving the crypto investment community a bad name. And you want to know why that is, folks? Take a look at cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin and Panda Coin and Pot Coin and all these ridiculous meme coins that are raising millions of dollars in market cap, sometimes hundreds of millions, for nothing. For nothing. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We need these nerds, dorks, neckbeards, and autists. We need them out of the goddamn market, man. They make the crypto investor look like a bunch of idiots, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, only a man-child autist case would put any hard-earned money. You know they're getting autism bucks. I mean, Pot Coin and Panda Coin, and you know, there's actually a goddamn coin called Scam Coin, in which you get nothing, but people actually bought this damn thing because I got autism bucks and I got the Scam Coin. We need to weed all these people out of the market. All right? I'm not even joking, man. I mean, these people are reactionary. They're stupid. They're idiots. You know that Wall Street, I was reading a article on Bloomberg. The Wall Street investors are laughing at the reactions of the cryptocurrency investors in this market. They're laughing. They're laughing. So anyway, folks, I know that we're seeing a lot of hemorrhaging going on in this crypto market at this point in time, but it is a necessity. It is a necessity because we need to get the autism and the neckbeards and the nerds and the dorks who have comprised this goddamn market. We need them to exit the hell out, and we need real investors to come in. Now, even though that's the bad news, you know, that, hey, look, we're having some major contractions in the crypto market because, let's be honest, Wall Street set this in motion. I mean, lest we forget, it wasn't but a month ago, where the market capitalization of the entire crypto market was at $800 billion. $800 billion. And in the matter of like less than 30 days, we've lost $500 billion out of the market. Who has that kind of resource to do that? Wall Street. Folks, do you understand that Wall Street has hundreds of billions of dollars of other people's money to use for these types of things? This is what they do. I mean, this was classic run and go, pump and dump, however you want to say it. They brought in $200 or $300 billion of retirees' money, 401k money, hedge fund money, all that Wall Street money. All right. They took that money, $200 or $300 billion of it, and then started buying up some of these major coins that we've been seeing on the CNBCs and the Bloombergs. Remember, folks, I was criticizing these mainstream medias on why they were pumping these garbage coins. Tron, Ripple, Stellar. And, you know, maybe they have a future to some extent, but just based on the circulation, and we talked about this many times, any coin that has tens of billions in circulation. For instance, Ripple has over 38 billion Ripple in circulation. And you had CNBC and Bloomberg and all these damn business media saying, hey, look at Ripple, look at Tron, look at Stellar, look at this, look at that, look at Cardano. Every one of these coins that the damn business media was pumping are like Ripple. They 38 billion for Ripple. 38 billion in circulation. And that doesn't include, I don't know how many tens of billions they've got in a quote secret virtual vault. I'm not even joking around, folks. You can look that up. And you actually had people that were coming to the market, and they were buying Ripple at like, I don't know, 70 cents, 80 cents, $1. It went as high as like $3, okay? And you actually had morons out here, and I saw them on social media, that were buying into Ripple thinking that they were going to see it at $1,000 at the end of the year. I'm not even joking. I'm not even kidding. And, you know, all you have to do is do some simple math, okay? 38 billion times 1,000 is $38 trillion, man. That's $38 trillion. So that means, and look, I hate to keep reiterating this, but you have to keep repeating it so it can get through the heads of people. If you Google right now how much money is there in the world, Google will respond to you with a CIA statistic stating that there is an approximate $80 trillion in fiat currency circulating the world today. $80 trillion. So that means that almost half of the world's wealth, half of the world's fiat currency would have to invest in Ripple so that Ripple could be $1,000. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, man. And we had a whole bunch of idiots come into the cryptocurrency market in the past couple of freaking months thinking this crap with this stupid mentality, for Christ's sake. And you see, on top of that, you had Wall Street gaming these people. Who do you think made out in all that pump and dump of Ripple, Tron, Stellar, Cardano? I mean, you name them, man. IOTA. I mean, you name them. You name them. So that's why I'm saying, folks, what I'm seeing here is a contraction, and I don't think it's going to last very long. Let's talk about the good news for a second, okay? Now, I know there's a lot of bad news. You know, Wall Street put this whole trickery of the market in play and scared the neckbeards and the dorks and the nerds and the autists. But we need this, once again, to flush out the garbage so there could be no more investment in autistic coins, man. I'm serious. Dogecoin and Panda Coin, Potcoin. There's one called Anal Coin. I'm not even joking around, folks. There are some stupid, ridiculous coins out here that have real money. It makes me sick. You know there's autism bucks that are backing up these goddamn meme coins. You know this. Because anyone who worked hard for their money at all, like actually worked for it, wouldn't invest in such a ridiculous piece of crap. And that's why we need to clear out the goddamn market. Clear out these neckbeards, man. Clear out these clear them out. Get them out of here. Get them out. Get them out of here. I'm not joking, folks. Anal Coin. Look it up. I'm not even kidding. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. But you see, I mean, it's got like, I don't know how, like a few, well, I don't know about now, but it had like a few $1 million in goddamn market cap, for Christ's sake. We got to clear that out. Now, the good news. Who's going to replace the market? Who's going to replace these investors that we've lost that have been spooked out by Wall Street? Who's going to replace them? Folks, well, let's take a look at who is integrating cryptocurrency in their platforms. We talked about Robinhood, the stock trading platform that is slowly rolling out cryptocurrency as an option to trade. They are giving people in the platform Robinhood, the stock trading platform, 16 cryptocurrencies that they can purchase and trade. And they can trade crypto for stocks, stocks for crypto, and I think this is the very beginning of the integration of cryptocurrency into brokerage houses. Now, you see, once it penetrates the brokerage house strata, if you will, you're going to have everybody that is brokering with the Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, all these damn freaking Scottrade, all these platforms, all of them. They're going to integrate cryptocurrency into their platforms, and because the majority of these platforms and these brokerages have legitimate investors. And I'm talking investors that actually research their investments and put their money in investments where they actually believe that they'll grow for the long term. That's when we're going to see the metamorphosis of the investment community in cryptocurrency. And I think, in my opinion, we are going to see a tremendous bump upward once this contraction is finally finished and we start seeing more brokerage houses that are stock brokerage houses incorporating cryptocurrency into their platforms. That's when we're going to see a whole new group of money come in and legitimate investment. And you see, when that group comes into the market, they're not going to be investing in no freaking anal coin or Dogecoin or anything of that capacity. These people are experts. You know, these investors that invest in the stock market, these people that are with Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade and E-Trade, Scottrade, all these big-time brokerages, they're not stupid. I mean, they live to research and profit. And because it's integrated into their platform, it's going to build a level of trust to invest into cryptocurrency. And as a result, we're going to see not only a bump upward in crypto because these people come into the cryptocurrency market, but we're going to see less volatility when these people come in. And what that means is that we're going to see swings we're going to see upswings and downswings, but we're not going to see the kind of garbage that we've come to know and love in cryptocurrency. I'm talking like one day you're 25% up, the next day you could be 40% down. None of that crap. Because why? The majority of the investors that are going to be brought in via the stock investors are long-term investors. They're long-term. So what that means is that you're going to see volatility within a certain range that is suitable for long-term investment or suitable for potential short-term investment. You see, right now, you don't know if you buy a crypto right now if it'll drop 40% when you go to sleep, you know? And why? Because everybody in the goddamn crypto market is a freaking neckbeard, a freaking autist, a freaking dork or nerd that is so emotionally impulsive that when they see red, they're like, oh my God, it's red, I gotta sell right now. These guys in the stocks, they've probably seen 3 or 4 crashes like myself. They know when to hold and know when to fold. You understand? I mean, they're not shook when they see contractions like this. As a matter of fact, when contractions like this happen, you know what they do? They buy more. If they have any more resources, they buy more. And guess who right now is buying? Wall Street. They manipulated these prices to go down to these watered-down levels. And this is why, if you take a look right now at the cryptocurrency market capitalization, it keeps bouncing around. It keeps bouncing around from 320 to 330 to 325 to 335. It keeps bouncing around. And these are billions of dollars that I'm saying. I'm talking billions of dollars. I'm talking 325 billion, 330 billion, 320 billion in the span of like 30 or 40 minutes. Who has the amount of money to do this? Wall Street. They're buying up all these damn cryptos that they know where the value's at. These guys aren't stupid. These guys aren't dumb. They know where the money's at. They know that, hey, look, if there's value in crypto, I'll find it. And they found it. They know it's in the long term. They get what I've been trying to tell you guys to get. So with that being said, if you're holding right now, I would just say hold steady. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you're in it for the long. All right? This is just a reactionary contraction that unfortunately needed to be because we got a lot of fucking, excuse my French, sorry. I mean, but we got a lot of stupid people in the freaking market, man. We got a lot of autists. We got a lot of freaking neckbeards, you know, people that are like internet losers, you know? And they don't know investing. You know, to them, this cryptocurrency stuff is like a game to them. It's like a video game. They don't even realize that this is real money. You're stupid. Anyway, with that being said, I would say hold steady, and if you have not gotten into crypto now, I would say buy right now. That's what me and the Inner Circle are doing. Buy the good stuff. Buy the things that I've discussed that are going to be here for the long term. Buy. Because Warren Buffett said, you want to invest when everyone's leaving the market. That's when you want to invest. And that's what made that man a billionaire, on investing. So with that being said, folks, I don't even want to go over the crypto markets at this point, because I'm sure you're all looking at your goddamn cryptocurrency accounts and you're like, what? But hold steady, folks, because as I stated, what we're witnessing here is everything that I just described to you about the Wall Street spooking the markets, spooking the neckbeards, spooking the autists and neckbeards and dorks are leaving. You can tell they're leaving. This is not a joke. I mean, these coins, these garbage coins, these meme coins are starting to go down into nothing value. So the dorks are starting to leave, which is great. And as I stated, here in the next month or two, we're going to start seeing brokerage houses of stocks integrate crypto, and it's going to bring a whole new group of investors into the ball game. And I can't wait for it, to be honest with you. One I am going to cover is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is also having an effect on the market. We are currently seeing the death of Bitcoin. Now, folks, I have always told you that Bitcoin was on its way out. It is something that has no value at this point in time. I know you've got these so-called Bitcoin experts out here, which I've always said, folks, are nothing more than the dorks that were there to mine the crap back in 2009, 2010. I mean, that's what makes these guys experts. They were just mining it at the time. I mean, you got people like Ultra, that stupid little nerdy dork that you keep seeing on all these goddamn ads everywhere. Crypto genius finds a new Bitcoin, or whatever the hell that stupid idiot. This guy actually claims that, well, you don't understand. Bitcoin is not necessarily a cryptocurrency anymore. It's now a financial investment. And, it's like gold. But you see, Bitcoin right now is worth more than gold. It's better than gold. Based on what? Based on what? That's what people are starting to recognize in the investment community in Bitcoin, and that's why Bitcoin is taking it on the teeth. And it's about time people start recognizing that Bitcoin and its value to the crypto market is useless at this point. All right? It's useless. All right? It's useless. There's better coins out here, for Christ's sake. Better coins, better technology, man. And I've been telling you guys ever since I came back that Bitcoin, you need to get the hell out. You need to get the hell out of Bitcoin, man. I said that it is not a long-term investment. I keep telling you that. And I'm glad that many of you people that were listening did listen, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to necessarily hold Bitcoin. I'm going to look at some of these other altcoins, dude. Some of the ones that are actually going to have some longevity. You know what I mean? Bitcoin doesn't have any value. Now, some people can make the argument that gold doesn't have any value, Ghost. Gold doesn't have any value. Okay. Yeah, in essence, no, it doesn't. It's just a shiny rock, right? But if you happen to make that gold into a nice bracelet or a nice little necklace or a nice ring, all right, I guarantee you that some woman will maybe, just maybe, want to give you the sexy time because you're going to give her that gold whatever. Do you understand? That's value! That's value, for Christ's sake. And you see what creates value in cryptocurrency? Technology. And it's integration of the cryptocurrency within a blockchain technology developed by the team that develops the crypto. That's where the value is in crypto, folks. It's the tech. It's the technology, man. It's the technology, stupid! Anyway, folks, Bitcoin is the only thing I'm going to cover. You pretty much get that the reasons why we're sliding here. I already discussed that here. If you're listening to the archive, please go back and re-listen to it because it's very important. But another reason is we're seeing the death of Bitcoin, man. It's gone. It's over. You know what I mean? We might as well go ahead and pull out that Boys to Men song, right? It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Folks, Bitcoin is not coming back. I know you got a lot of people out here claiming that, no, it's going to bounce back, dude. Why is it going to bounce back? Why? I mean, I just don't get where you people think that this is going to bounce back. And even if it does, why? So with that being said, folks, let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin, and then we're going to move on to the stock market, because the stock market is taking it on the teeth. And I know there's a lot of stockholders out here that are like, what the hell's going on here, Ghost? Come on, we're seeing nothing but badass economic productivity, badass economic news, economic numbers. What the hell's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Let's just go ahead and cover Bitcoin. Bitcoin's market cap, folks, is at $116 billion market cap. Of course, the circulating supply, is 16.8 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 15.63%. Folks, the current price for Bitcoin, and lest we forget, we've got a lot of people in Bitcoin that bought in at either almost or at $20,000. $20,000. Folks, the current price for Bitcoin, $6,916.89. $6,000. $6,000. Now, with that being said, folks, this whole market right now is at a buying spree. If you have any money that you want to invest in the crypto markets, I would strongly invest you. I would strongly like you to invest in this market if you want to make some capital here in the next short term. All right? I mean, I'm not kidding around. I'm talking the coins that we've all talked about out here. They're all on sale. All of them. Buy and hold. Like I had told you, folks, if you would have bought and hold Ethereum back when I was covering crypto in April of 2017, it was $40 Ethereum. Ethereum was $40 in April 2017. If you would have held it up until about last week, you could have made about $10,653 profit if you would have just held 10 coins. 10 coins at $40. So that's why I keep telling folks, don't sit here and look at the damn market and be like, oh, my God, I don't know. It's like that old song says, you got to know when to hold them, you got to know when to fold them, boy. You got to know when to hold them, you got to know when to fold them. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the stock market, folks, okay? Now, why is the stock market doing this ridiculous, dramatic decreases in the past several sessions? I mean, we've literally lost all the gains that we've made this year in these drops. All the gains that the indices have made this year have literally withered away in this drop. So with that being said, why is it happening? I mean, Ghost, we're seeing all kinds of economic positivity. We're seeing low unemployment. We're seeing great economic news. What the hell's going on here? Folks, it all goes back to the Democrats and them shutting down this government because of a bunch of illegal immigrants. That's what it comes down to. I know it sounds ridiculous, but folks, you have to understand, our government, economics, it's all intertwined together. I mean, we are a debt-based nation. And we have been very lucky that the investors who purchase our debt have been purchasing our debt at very low interest yields. But because, folks, I mean, let's be honest, this damn Democratic Party spooked the bond market. I mean, we don't even have a budget. I mean, you have to think, we don't even have a working budget, for heaven's sake. And the bond investors are like, I don't know if I want to invest in any more United States debt, man. I don't know. You guys you don't even have your thing going for you in your government. You don't even know what's going on. You don't even have a budget. I don't think I'm going to invest. So the Treasury Department has to increase those yields, you know what I mean, on those bonds. And as a result, folks, that's what's crashing the market. Because the investors in the stock market they know what that means. I know everybody out here in Main Street doesn't know what it means, but they know what it means. That means that not even with the Federal Reserve, which, be honest with you folks, could raise interest rates here soon again, because lest we forget, the Federal Reserve has been talking about raising more interest rates because our economy's been so well. All right. Aside from the interest rates being raised by the Federal Reserve, the yields, the bond yields that we give out when we sell these bonds, if we raise them, that means that we're either going to have to cut something from our budget so that it could offset the cost of the outgoing interest that we're going to have to pay on increasing the yields of those bonds. And, you know, the same thing is happening right now in Germany, folks. You know, Germany, it's having a great economy. It's a surplus nation, for Christ's sake. Germany has got great growth, great job market, great everything. But because they haven't had a working government, you know, parliamentary politics is ridiculous, right? But they haven't had a working government for the past several months. And, you know, the investors in the bond market over there don't want to purchase German bonds, even though the German economy is doing great. They don't want to purchase German bonds. So as a result, they've got to increase their bond interest yields, which is tanking their stock market. I mean, lest we forget, and I said this the last show, but it bears repeating. What's happening in the stock market is similar in a very, very light scale, of course, but it's kind of like this. Remember Greece back in 2011, 2012, when they were all freaking out because they had to do austerity and they were pissed. They were like, no, you promised me socialism forever. No. And they were just like burning up banks and all this other crap. Well, the reason that they had to do so, folks, was because Greece could no longer find anyone to purchase their debt. And the reason is, folks, is because Greece it produced nothing. It was useless. It was filled with nothing but a bunch of freaking Greek socialists who just sat around and drank and ate all day. I mean, they did nothing. They produced nothing. They did nothing. And at some point, the outgoing expenses for this whole goddamn socialist experiment became unsustainable to the point where bondholders were like, we're not going to buy any more of this Greek debt. How the hell are you ever going to repay us here in the next 15, 20 years? I mean, you're not even producing anything. How the hell do I expect you to pay me back? So no one was purchasing their bonds, and you know what, folks? They tried everything. They even put their bonds yields as high as like 20% at one point, and that's unbelievable. That's an unbelievable bond yield, but no one still wanted to buy it. So what happened? Investors came together, okay? Investors came together and said, look, Greece, we'll go ahead and invest in your bonds and bail you out, but you got to cut all this socialist garbage. You know, you can't keep, having these goddamn Greeks retire at 40 years old and just have cradle to grave socialism. I mean, we can't do this. We can't do this. So if you want us to continue to fund your goddamn pissing ground of a country, you're going to have to cut back on some of these socialist freaking programs that you have. And that's what happened. That's what happened, folks. And that's why the people got pissed, because their government was incompetent. They fed them a socialist lie. They couldn't sustain it anymore, and it came back to haunt them. And that's what it comes down to, man. If no one's going to purchase bonds, we're screwed. We're screwed. And just them hesitating to purchase our bonds shows you the ripple effect it has in our economy. And that's why we're seeing negative everything, folks. Haven't you noticed that? Everything's negative. Everything. Because that's unprecedented. Ugh. I'm just saying, folks, I strongly advise each and every one of you to call your congressman, call your senator, and tell them to take their goddamn heads out of their ass. Tell them. I mean, come on, man. They're jeopardizing the Make America Great Again economic policy by pulling this crap. It was the government shutdown that spooked the damn bond market. This is why we're seeing a contraction in the markets, man. It's the damn assholes from Washington, D.C. Wake up! Wake the hell up! No one wants to purchase American debt anymore. If the damn government can't come up with the budget, wake the hell up. And to top that off, folks, the freaking Federal Reserve is considering raising interest rates. Now, why would that be negative? Because what that means is that if they raise interest rates, they're going to attempt to try to recall some of those outstanding currency notes they've been printing for the past 20-something years. So what's going to happen is that's going to cause an even more equity contraction because that will heighten the dollar's value. And that's the purpose of the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, to recall outstanding dollars. But you can't raise interest rates as the Federal Reserve when we've got people not interested in purchasing our debt without us raising bond yields. This is a very serious problem, folks, and I know many of you probably don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, but I hope that some of you do. This is a very serious situation, and unless the swamp in D.C. takes their head out of their ass, we're in some serious trouble. I'm not kidding. We're in some serious goddamn trouble. So I'm just going to cover the stocks, and that's it. Because we're like already, two minutes in to the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Gab, folks, the last bastion of freedom of speech on the social media pipelines today. You can follow me on Gab under the name Politics Ghost. All right? Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, all right? And if you don't have a Gab account, get one, for Christ's sake, man. There ain't none of that there's freedom of speech, but there ain't none of that banning of speech. There ain't none of that curbing of speech. There ain't none of that pro-pause hole crap that Twitter has going on over there, pausing people's neg holes. Anyway, let me just run down through the stock market, and then we're going to move on with the show. Everybody understands why this contraction's happening, and as an investor, you just gotta hold on, baby. And if you have any resources, it's time to buy. It's time to buy right now. I'll tell you that right now. Everything is on sale. Everything. Anyway, the Dow Jones Industrial, folks, was down 1,175.21 points. Good God! A percentage decrease of 4.60%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrial at 24,345.75 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. Let's get to the S&P 500. It is down 113.19 points, a percentage decrease of 4.10%, closing out the S&P at 2,648.94 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is down 273.42 points, a percentage decrease of 3.78%, closing out the NASDAQ at 6,967.53 points for the NASDAQ composite. And that, my friends, is the short version of the markets for your ass, all right? And like I said, baby, don't bet against America. Don't bet against Donald Trump. Don't bet against Make America Great Again. All right, this is just a little blip in the radar, all right? And if you got any resources, buy right now, all right? And if you want to blame somebody for these contractions, like I said, it's these anti-American Democrat pieces of garbage that shut down this government and spooked the bond markets, boy. Don't you ever forget it. It's these goddamn Democrats that shut down the government for illegal immigrants. That's what they did. That's what they did. Anyway, with that being said here, let me, I'm actually not drinking this evening, so all you folks that are out there, hey, go ahead and get a drink, Ghost. I'm not drinking today, so we'll go ahead and just drink some nice, high-quality H2O, baby. That's what we're going to do. Good stuff, good stuff. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to some Gab shout-outs, all right? Now, for all you folks that don't know, all you got to do is go to my Gab right now and like the post that states live. True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. You've got to just like the post that states live. True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. If you like that post, I will give you a Gab shout-out live right here in the broadcast, right here and now. What's going on, engineer? Do we have any goddamn Gab shout-outs to be had? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some damn Gab shout-outs right now. What's going on the boat? We got Distilling Inc. What's going on, man? We got Bub with the Nub. No, shut up with that, please. Let's not start with that. Johnson without a Johnson. Just shut up, please, with this crap, man. Shut up. We've got Lawrence with the labia. Lawrence with the labia! Oh, good God! Jesus! Oh, my God! Lawrence with the labia! Where do y'all come up with this sick crap, man? Where do you all come up with this sick garbage, man? I'm not even good God, give me the mic! Give me the goddamn mic, for Christ's sake. Lawrence with the labia, you sick bastards. Good God, man. Sick. You're sick! All right, who else do we have here? We've got Venus for Men Online. So what the hell does that mean? We got Remington. We got Sluts with Butt Plugs. Great. That's just great. Good God. We got BJs for DJs. What the hell are y'all talking about? Shut up with that perverted crap. Good God, man. We got BN King in the place. What's going on? We got Fish in the house. I'm not going to say these sick names, man. I'm not saying these sick names. Hurry up with chat room. Shut up, all right? Man, you guys want a little inner circle? Just stop. You. Shit. Stop telling me what to do! I'm tired of you pricks trying to think that you can tell me what to do. Nobody tells me what to do. You understand that? Nobody tells me what to do. Good God, give me the mic. Nobody tells me what to do, okay? Nanas with bananas? Good God, shut the God damn it, nanas with bananas? What the hell are you all doing, man? What are you all doing? Oh, Jesus Christ. Nanas with bananas, for Christ's sake, man! Give me the mic! What is up with you people in this freaking crap, man? What is up with you people? Genie with a weenie? Man, I'm done. Enough of this crap, man! Nanas with bananas, Genie with the weenie, Slag with the meat bag, shut up! Just shut up! Good God, you people are a bunch of sick perverts out there in the internet land, man. Good God! You guys are a bunch of sick perverts, man. Give me the damn mic. Oh, my God, man. Can you all shut up with these stupid names already? Just shut up. What's going on with soggy taters? Bronies with balonies? Shut up with this crap! Just shut up! Oh, my God, man. Tranny with a fanny? Damn it! What the hell are you... What is it with this freaking Monday, man? What are you all doing? What are you all doing? What exactly do you think y'all are doing, man? I mean, this is perverted. You understand this, right? Just give me the freaking mic. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm just trying to have a decent broadcast here, man. Famous with my anus? What the fuck? Shut up with this perverted garbage, man! You're perverts! Enough of this perverted garbage, man! Freaking carpet munching freaking goddamn Monday, man! Oh, good God. Give me my freaking... water! That's all I got! Water, for Christ's sake! Good God! Freaking water. That's all I got to put up with this garbage. Are y'all listening to this? What else do we have here, for heaven's sake? Skank with a wank. Look, I'm done with this. That's enough, Gab. Shout out. That's enough. That's enough of this crap, man. I've had enough. I've had enough of this pansexual Peter Puffer, gender fluid fondling, piece of mouth blowing crap. I'm tired of it. You're perverts. You make me sick. You goddamn troll terrorists and cyber vermin. Enough, enough, enough. It's over. Gab shoutouts is over. Give me the freaking mic. I'm done with the Gab shoutouts. You all go screw yourself. Shut up on Gab. Somebody named Melina out there who's a... thank you. Somebody that's saying something nice out there. Thank you. Good God. Anyway, look, shut up. All of you on Gab, just shut up. we're moving on. All right, we're moving on from this. I'm not going to sit here and continue to have my goddamn show besmirched by a bunch of people on Gab out here, for Christ's sake. All right, I mean, don't you people understand? I'm a capitalist, and I deserve the respect accorded that goddamn title, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm sitting here, I got freaking production notes, freaking here that I handwrite myself. And you people are bitching about a goddamn freaking True Capitalist Radio chat room, for Christ's sake? Huh? And you people are bitching that I may have to put a freaking paywall around it? You're listening to this! Look! 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 I mean, give me a break! Give me a damn break! Oh, my God. I'm not joking, folks. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, all right, we're moving on. All y'all can go screw yourselves on Gab already, all right? Shut up. All of you, just shut up. Just shut up. All of you. All of you, just shut up. Look, I'm serious, man. I'll end the broadcast. I'm not kidding. I'm not in the freaking mood for you people. Understand? I'm not in the freaking mood for you dumb people right now. So just don't mess with me, all right? I'm not joking. I mean, I've been doing way too many shows for you people. I gave a Saturday for you people. I gave up a Saturday. Freaking giving up Saturdays for you people, for Christ's sake. Anyway, look, I'm moving on, okay? Because I'm not sitting here. I'm not putting up with this garbage anymore. I deserve more respect than this. And not to mention, we got important things that we have to discuss at this point in time. We got important things to talk about here on this broadcast. All right? All right. Jesus Christ. Is that a freaking... I'm not going to say. You know what? Just shut up on Gab. Look, you're sending me freaking pictures of Boogie, for Christ's sake. I don't want to see. I don't care how many pounds of Tuberlard freaking Boogie has lost, okay? I don't care. He's still a fat piece of loser crap as far as I'm concerned. Sorry, folks. Look, we're moving on here. Y'all just shut up. Now, let's talk about President Trump. That always puts me in a better goddamn mood. How about that? We're just going to talk a little bit about President Donald Trump. Now, I am glad that the president has lashed out at, quote, little Adam Schiff out here in a tweet. Because I don't know why Adam Schiff has such a hard-on for this Russia-Trump nonsense when it's already been beyond exposed that the Democrats were complicit with the FBI, higher echelon, DOJ, higher echelon, to conspire to remove a duly elected president. And not to mention, Robert Mueller's special counsel was comprised of all these characters that are basically culprits in this Nunez memo that's been leaked, for Christ's sake. And you notice that the media is trying to do all it can to discredit what's going on and what's being unearthed in the Nunez memo. Excuse me. They're trying to do all they can to discredit it, to downplay it. Did you hear? They've got a FBI agent that supposedly retired from the FBI to become, of all things, a CNN consultant. Someone CNN can interview. Hell, even James Comey tweeted about this son of a bitch. They're putting out their own people to more weaponize the media. They're weaponizing the media. There should be no reason an FBI agent retires and then goes to CNN acting as if he's some kind of a spokesperson for CNN. Folks, there is a systematic attempt to coerce you through this weaponized media. That's why before this memo even came out, the media was trying to do everything it could in an attempt to persuade the American people to call their congressmen to prevent this memo from being publicized. And then when it's publicized, all of a sudden it's all lies, right? All of a sudden it's all lies. Folks, the memo clearly points out that the Democrats utilized the highest levels of our law institutions and politically weaponized them in an attempt to remove a duly elected president. Folks, that is treason. That is treason. And I'm glad Donald Trump is now utilizing the word Democrat and treason together, because that's exactly what's going on here, folks. That's exactly what's going on. If you didn't hear, the president was speaking at an event at Cincinnati, Ohio. I think he was at the Sheffer Corporation talking to the workers out there. And I'm telling you, it was a great thing to hear when you heard President Trump call the actions, because it's not the words, baby, it's the Democratic actions. They're anti-American actions that prove that they're treasonous. And I'm glad the president is utilizing those words. And I think that more and more American people need to start talking about these issues so that the Democrats can't deny that what the Democrats are doing, what James Comey was doing, what Rosenstein was doing, what Bruce and Nellie Orr were doing, what Andrew McCabe was doing, what Peter Strzok was doing, what Lisa Page were doing was treason. We got to put it in the face of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack, for Christ's sake. And listen, that's why, folks, I want to be honest with you. I want to get more politically involved out here. We need to conjure up the spirit of the meme wars of 2016. We need to penetrate the psyche of the people, because right now they are being bamboozled by the talking heads in the mainstream media, and because the lamestream media are in cahoots with Silicon Valley has eliminated each and every one of us that can attempt to facilitate these ideas, these news articles, these facts to the general mass public. And that's why, folks, broadcasts like these are so important. Independent media at this point is so important. That's why you should support anyone who's out here broadcasting, trying to tell you the truth. And that's what I try to do on here, folks. I try to give you the damn truth! The truth! And I'm glad the president is using the word treason and Democrats in the same sentence. Because, folks, goddamn it, if you're a Democrat at this point, if you're a leftist, just based on the actions that the Democrats showed at the State of the Union, you're anti-American scum. You're against this country. You hate this country. You hate these people. I'm serious. At this point, if you're a Democrat, you're basically spitting on our troops, for Christ's sake. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Because, folks, remember how the vets were treated during Obama's tenure? Do we have to remind you? Compound that with all the actions, the policies, and how they showed their asses at the State of the Union speech. These Democrats are anti-American. They hate you. They don't want to see you prosperous. They want to see you in squalor. They want to see you impoverished. They want to see you squealing like a pig so you can get a goddamn welfare check. They want you to be in absolute misery so they can control your life, so they can give you what they think they deserve. God damn it. God damn it. I'm sick and tired of these anti-American pieces of trash that are out here calling themselves Democrats. You understand that? I'm not joking. Each and every one of these Democrat senators, congressmen, they deserve nothing from us but us spitting in their goddamn face. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. I'm spitting these people's faces. Because you're anti-American trash. You're anti-American scum. I spit, spit in your goddamn face at you piece of crap. I can't believe that we actually have people that are in Washington, D.C. representing the American people that hate the American people. You understand that? That's why you didn't see the Black Caucus stand up and clap when Donald Trump announced that black unemployment was at an all-time low. Why? Because the Black Caucus, the Congressional Black Caucus, they don't want to see a prosperous black man. They don't want to see an independent black man. They don't want to see a capitalist black man. You want to know why? Because there would be no need for these dumb Black Caucus bureaucrats. There would be no need for these people if everyone was an individual and could be self-sustaining on their own. That's why each and every one of these representatives of the Black Caucus in Congress take a look at their districts. Take a look at every Democrat that is black. Take a look at their district and take a look at how it's in squalor. Take a look how it's impoverished. And take a look how it's been that way for the entire tenure and beyond of this politician. These people that are supposed to be representing this constituency, they don't care about their constituency. They care about putting themselves in the media. They care about how many cameras are in their face. That's the only time you ever hear any of the Black Caucus members is whenever they're saying something controversial, so there could be a camera in their face. Remember that stupid black congresswoman with a stupid cowboy hat, for Christ's sake? And remember, they approached her. They were like, you know that the president actually said something about you. And she goes, what? The president was talking about me? Oh, my God, I feel so lucky. I'm going to tell my girlfriends. This is what's representing the black folk. And we wonder why black people are degraded to the point in which they're in. I mean, you know who the true Uncle Toms are, folks? Those assholes that are on the Black Caucus, those are the true Uncle Toms. Those are the house N-words. All right? Those are the house slaves right there. They're doing the white liberals' bidding. I mean, hell, haven't you all noticed that it's always white liberals leading ethnic minority groups? White liberals in back of ethnic minorities saying to other white people, you white male! You fucking white male! It's always white liberals with the feminine features and the soy boy feminine physical attributes and the feminine vernacular. You know, the hipster glasses. They're always the ones that are out here agitating ethnic minority groups to go out and do something, and yet these minority groups still think that they're independent and they're doing this in racial solidarity, when in actuality they're doing this at the whim of the white man, boy. Do you understand that? Doesn't matter how you ethnic minorities look at it, you people are being led by white liberals. You understand that, boy? White liberals. So what's happening? What's wrong? What you need to do is listen to Malcolm X a little bit and understand that you've got to be independent, boy. Ain't nobody going to sit here and give you nothing. Do you understand that? Because if anybody's going to give you something, that means you in slavery, boy. Because if you expecting the government to give you something, if you expecting the man to give you something, you're basically subjugating yourself to your own slavery. Because, folks, what is slavery? What's the definition of slavery? The definition of slavery is that you work and all you get for your labor is fed, clothed, and housed. That's slavery. That's slavery right there. You have nothing else but clothing, housing, and food. No money for leisure, no money for independent, whatever. games, leisure activities, trips. And all you black folk, all you ethnic minorities, all you white trash that are on your knees begging for the government to give you something, you're begging for your own slavery. Because that's all you're going to get. And like I told you folks, when you all subjected yourself to the socialist scheme of Obamacare, that you will rue the day that that would happen, because now you've subjected yourself to your own death. Why do you think they have the word death panel in the damn bill? Because at some point, when these phases of Obamacare were fully implemented, there was actually going to be a government committee that would overview every one of these people that were a part of Obamacare, given their medical situation, and basically make decisions on whether or not people could have some procedure or not. And I told you all that all these damn entitlements that these people were getting during the Obama administration, that they were going to have to pay it back with their ass. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing right now. I mean, haven't you noticed that most of the impoverished out here that are collecting food stamps are fat in the ass? I'm talking gigantuan Snorlax fat. And you notice these are the people that are the most vocal about wanting Obamacare, because they're fat, disgusting pieces of waste of human life, and they want to make sure that they live long enough so that they can continue to turn perfectly good food into shit. You see, folks, this is all a scheme to make everybody in this country docile, ignorant, and stupid, so that we have no other choice than to submit to the state. And that's why, folks, I've been critical of Antifa and the alt-right, or I'd like to call it the alt-right, the autistic right, because I want to be honest with you, folks, that's the majority of the alt-right. It's a bunch of autism that was born on the racial side of pole on 4chan, a bunch of people that like to throw, Hitler memes and swastikas and all this other crap. And by the way, most of the leadership of this alt-right are a bunch of Jewish folk. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Nothing wrong with being Jewish, but, you guys in the alt-right and you guys in the white nationalist movement, you talk a big game about, hating Jews and Jews this and Jews that, when you're being led around by Jews. I mean, it's so stupid, man. I'm just saying, both sides of the extreme want the same crap. They want to submit themselves to the state, both on the alt-right and on Antifa side. They don't want to be independent. Why? Because they do it. If they wanted to be independent, they'd go out and do it. Let me just take, for instance, the Antifa pricks first. Antifa comprise of mostly a bunch of college brats. That's it, college brats who are doing the bidding of their professors because they think it's the chic thing to do, because their professors have basically galvanized these groups of people into mob rule mentality, and that's why there always has to be groups. There always has to be groups of people. I need a safe space with a group. I need to go join this group. I got to go protest with this group. I got to belong to this group. There's no individuality whatsoever in Antifa. And when individuality is emphasized, individuality is emphasized when one of these Antifa nutcases does something really crazy and terroristic. That's when recognition is given in the collective of Antifa. That's what makes them so dangerous. That's what makes the left so dangerous. I mean, they're all groupthink, they're all collective, and the only time that they become individuals is when they do something very extreme for the, quote, cause. That's what makes them very dangerous. Now, let's take a look at the alt-right. The alt-right comprises of the same garbage. Who's the leader of the alt-right, the supposed leader? Richard Spencer. This is a 39-year-old man. I swear to God, he is trying to sport the Hitler Youth haircut. He's a 39-year-old man with the Hitler Youth haircut. Okay? Secondly, Richard Spencer has never done anything with his life. He's never done anything with his life except go to school. Same thing as these assholes in Antifa. They've never held a job before. They've never had any responsibility. They never had to make any big decisions in their lives. And take a look at these other characters in the alt-right. Take a look at Chris Cantwell. I guess I understand why his name is Cantwell, because he can't do shit well. You know what I'm saying? But what is Chris Cantwell? He's your typical 40-year-old life loser that at this point, believes that it's all the Jew's fault that he's the way he is, not the fact that he's made horrible bad decisions in his life that put him in the current predicament that he's in. No, it's the Jews' fault. It's always the Jews' fault, for Christ's sake. It's ridiculous. All right? This is the alt-right, This is the alt-right out here. I mean, you all understand that the people that are following Chris Cantwell, they're the same brand of people. They're failures, And you would think if you're a true white supremacist, if you're a true white nationalist, wouldn't you be trying to take all your white people and trying to make them better? Wouldn't you try to feed them some kind of remedy to where the white folk can gain economically, gain socially, gain politically? But no, you know what you alt-right white nationalists are doing? You're doing the same thing that the Antifa's doing, agitating. That's it. Trying to get cameras in your face. Media whores. I mean, and that's what I'm telling you, folks. Both sides of the extreme of the goddamn political spectrum want to submit to the state. They have made no secret about it. And why do they want to submit to the state? Because they want to blame somebody else, man. They want to blame somebody else for why they're in the bad predicament in life that they're in. And you know what? Cantwell, Anglin, Asmodor, your stupid loser ass, all you goddamn alt-right assholes, you need to look nowhere else but that stupid beady eyes between the goddamn nose there. All right? You need to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that it's your fault that you're a freaking life loser. It's not the Jews' fault. All right? It's not capitalism's fault. It's not ethnic minorities' fault. It's your fault, Cantwell. It's your fault, Anglin. All right? You people are life losers, and you're out here, and I don't know who's funding you. I mean, that's why Cantwell doesn't even want to acknowledge me at this point. Because the first thing that I would ask him if he was being interviewed by me is who paid for the tiki torches in Charlottesville? Who paid? And you see, I have not been able to find out who the hell paid for those tiki torches because it sure as hell wasn't Cantwell. It sure as hell wasn't the alt-right. These idiots barely have enough pot. They barely have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. They're life losers, for Christ's sake. Each and every one of their leadership are complete and utter pathetic wastes of life. All right? I mean, they are complete pathetic wastes of life. And they are the same on Antifa's side. So what am I saying? I'm saying here, folks, is that we have a manipulation of political spectrums in which on one side you have something that looks like far extreme leftism, communism, socialism, and Antifa. And then you look on the right, you have what looks like, your far-right extremist. Because if these people on the right, the alt-right, the extreme right, if they were truly right-wing, they would be anarchists. Because anarchist is a right-wing extremism. That means that we don't want any government, or anarchists don't want any government whatsoever. And you see, they're not. They're in the same political spectrum as Antifa. So, as far as I'm concerned, folks, we need to break through this idea that we need to submit to the state. We got to bow down to the state or something to that capacity. We need to stop this garbage. Anyway, folks, look, I was talking a lot about a bunch of different subject matters. All right? I mean, I think I went on and on a little bit about, how President Trump lashed out at Adam Schiff, little Adam Schiff. And like I said, Adam Schiff, I mean, he's complicit in all this garbage that's going on with the DOJ, FBI, and Robert Mueller, the Democrats. I mean, that's what it all is. And the reason I got on the tirade about the alt-right and Antifa is because, man, we need you guys. The guys that were out there touting Trump, the guys that were out there a part of the meme wars, we need you guys to create memes. We need you guys to penetrate the psyche of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack, because we're at complete odds with the mainstream media. The mainstream media has got one on us. They've banned us from every goddamn social media site that has massive amounts of people. And this is something that is very serious, folks. We have to go back to the spirit of 2016, because if we don't, and these bureaucrats remove this president, we are completely screwed. We are completely screwed. And by the way, it's not just the Democrats that are after our president. It's not just the Democrats that are trying to remove President Trump. It's also these establishment Republicans. Now, I know people are finding that hard to believe, but if you take a look at the Sunday shows that happened yesterday, and you take a look at the comments from Trey Gowdy, which I don't know why anybody likes this guy. Is it because of his dull hair and his blowhard attitude? Lest we forget that this guy fumbled and messed up the entire Benghazi situation, and he basically allowed Hillary Clinton to get away with this crime. I mean, lest we forget that Trey Gowdy has done absolutely nothing at all except say a bunch of loud words on front of the camera or in a committee. That's it. This guy has done nothing. He is a piece of trash, and I hate that everybody puts Trey Gowdy on this big freaking pedestal when, in actuality, he's establishment trash. Now, why am I going after Trey Gowdy? Well, first and foremost, he just decided out of nowhere to decide that he's not going to run for re-election, putting the Republicans in a precarious situation, giving the Democrats that much more leeway to potentially take control of the House or the Senate, or both. You're seeing this from a lot of establishment Republicans. They're no longer seeking re-election. Why? Because they want the status quo of what was going on pre-Trump to continue. And the proof is in what they're trying to present to the public. Now, what is Trey Gowdy saying? Trey Gowdy is touting that this memo should come out and that there was some kind of politicization of the institutions of law at the DOJ and the FBI. He admits that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and Rosenstein, all these guys did something wrong and something should happen to them. He doesn't say what. But in the same breath, when asked, Mr. Gowdy, does this jeopardize or taint the Robert Mueller investigation in any capacity? And you know what Trey Gowdy said? Trey Gowdy said, no, this doesn't take away from Robert Mueller's investigation. This doesn't take away from that at all. Robert Mueller has an investigation. He should continue to fulfill it. I mean, are you kidding me? How can you sit here and say that the Democrats politicized the DOJ and the FBI when Robert Mueller chose as his special counsel the same characters that are involved in this conspiracy to politicize the DOJ and the FBI? Can you explain that, Gowdy? No, you can't. You're a piece of goddamn Republican establishment trash. And I'm sick of this guy. How in the hell can you sit here and advocate that something happened to the people that politicize the DOJ and the FBI for the Democrats' favor, and yet at the same time you are advocating that Robert Mueller should continue on with his special counsel? I mean, and you know what that means, right, folks? Trey Gowdy and then another guy, Will Hurd, a Texas representative. Let me tell you something about Will Hurd. Not only is he ethnically ambiguous, okay, no offense, Hurd, but he is an ex-spook. He's an ex-CIA agent. Now, that should be at least a dismissal for any kind of goddamn public office, because you know as well as I, once the CIA, always the CIA. And this asshole, Will Hurd, came out Sunday. As a matter of fact, he came out several times in several different goddamn interviews stating that, no, the Robert Mueller investigation should still continue, and Robert Mueller should fulfill his special counsel's obligation. Are you kidding me? These are Republicans here. These are Republicans. That's what I'm telling you. Even establishment Republicans are backstabbing the president. I mean, every Republican right now should be calling for Robert Mueller to be prosecuted, for Christ's sake, for being complicit in this conspiracy to politicize the FBI and the DOJ. This man should be put under investigation, if not worse. And yet you've got Republicans out here trying to say that Robert Mueller should continue his investigation. Why is that? Why do they want Robert Mueller to continue his investigation? Folks, the establishment Republicans want Trump removed. They want Trump removed because they want the status quo that has been going on in Washington, D.C. for the past 30 to 40 years. And let's be honest, folks, what's been happening for the past 30 or 40 years? The open raid of our United States tax system. That's why we have $20 trillion in debt, for Christ's sake. These assholes in Washington allowed groups of people and entities and corporations and international institutions to raid our tax system. They allowed it. The swamp in D.C., they allowed it. They allowed it while we were asleep at the wheel because, as I've stated time and time again, folks, this is a government made for the people and by the people, but by God, if the people fall asleep at the wheel, you are looking at the consequence of those very goddamn actions. And that's why I'm saying, folks, we, the people, have to demand that these people at the highest echelons of the Department of Justice and the FBI and Robert Mueller and James Comey, these people need to be prosecuted. They need to be prosecuted for treason. They undermined our institutions of government by politicizing and weaponizing these institutions. That's what I'm telling you, folks. It's not just the Democrats. It's these goddamn Republicans as well. And what did I tell you since the beginning? Ever since Donald Trump since he won the presidency, I've said that the establishment Republicans were trying to do whatever it took to remove Donald Trump. Let's talk a little bit about the vice president for a little bit. That's right. I'm talking about Mike Pray the Gay Away Pence. You know something, folks? Mike Pence was the same guy that threw the General Michael T. Flynn under the bus. Remember that? Pence claimed that he never talked to Flynn about anything. He didn't tell him about any contacts with the Russians, and then Flynn had to kind of step down as national security advisor. And remember back then I was telling you that Pence, Paul Ryan, Reince Priebus, all these people were a part of the establishment within the administration in an attempt to try to make the president do things that were more establishment as opposed to what this man was advocating during his campaign in 2016. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Pence, folks, and the reason I'm bringing up the fact that he threw Mike Flynn under the bus, and the reason that I'm bringing up the fact that this man is an establishment, and he's been working with Paul Ryan, working with Reince Priebus, working with the establishment Republicans, is because, folks, Robert Mueller has not even attempted to call, question, or anything Mike Pence. Mike Pence is not even on the radar of Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller is not even going to attempt to interview Mike Pence. Now, why in the hell is that, folks? Why in the hell is everyone that's surrounding the president, everybody surrounding the president in any capacity had to talk to this ridiculous Robert Mueller special counsel? You understand? I mean, this is very, very interesting if you really put all the pieces together and realize, like I've always said, that our president is there against the world. It is Donald Trump against the bureaucracy of our government and Donald Trump against the world. And that's why those of us that were on the Trump train in 2016, we've got to wake up and realize that our president needs our help, for Christ's sake. All right? Our president needs our help, and he's got everybody against him. Everybody against him. I mean, even establishment Republicans, for heaven's sake. Trey Gowdy, Will Hurd. And by the way, folks, Will Hurd, not only is he a CIA so-called Republican representative, but this was the same guy who rode in a car with a Democrat back to Texas from Washington to supposedly beat a snowstorm. And they, put it on YouTube and on Facebook like it was some kind of hipster millennial thing to do or some crap. Like they were good chums and buddies. You want to know why? Because the CIA and the Democrats have done business for a long time. And like I told you, this guy that he rode with, Beto O'Rourke, he's actually attempting to run for the Senate against El Rato, Ted Cruz. And I said that Beto O'Rourke, folks, he comes from nothing but criminal crap. His mother, Melissa O'Rourke, this woman ran a furniture store out of El Paso in which she was charged with money laundering within that business. And this is all documented. You can look this up. Moreover, Beto O'Rourke's father, who was a judge within the El Paso region, was found with cocaine in his dashboard. So, folks, this is the kind of garbage that the Democrats always have running. This is the kind of garbage. Nothing but criminals, nothing but people that are just the most undesirable, soulless pieces of godless trash. This is what they have running. And everybody that's in Texas, I think, and I would strongly advise you to vote out this ex-spook, Will Hurd, out of office. Because this man is literally a freaking agent, and he's acting like an agent within the Congress. And I'm tired of him. I think he's a sick piece of garbage. I mean, he's soulless. So once again, folks, not only do we have the Democrats, the DOJ, the FBI, the Robert Mueller Special Counsel, but also establishment Republicans trying to backstab the President of the United States. And that's why I'm calling on everybody who's out there. If you were a part of the Trump train in 2016, it's time for you to start getting politically active once again. And that means making memes. That means if you see some article, repost it. Try to promote independent media like this show and other shows like it that tell you the straight political dope and not a bunch of slant garbage, not a bunch of rhetoric. I mean, it's important, folks. It's very important to support people that are giving you the truth. Because if not, what's the truth? What's the truth? It's the narrative that they tell you on that TV. God is in the TV. Satanist Marilyn Manson said that. God is in the TV. Well, take a look at how the TV has manipulated the masses. Take a look at them. Anyway, folks, once again, if you were a part of the 2016 Trump train, it's starting to become necessary for you to become politically active once again. And I strongly advise you, do whatever it takes on the internet, do whatever it takes to promote how corrupt this system is, who the culprits are, and what we need to do as a people to demand justice. Because just like we went out and voted for our president in 2016, there was an overwhelming amount of people that voted for our president right now. The damn system could not pull the wool over our eyes. They could not rig the system, so they had to allow President Trump to be president. So by God, folks, that's proof that the system can crack under our pressure, the people's pressure, but we have to be unified. We have to come together under one purpose, and that's the purpose that the president is promoting at every speech that he gives, and that's America. That's the American way of life, the American way of doing things. That's freedom. That's the Bill of Rights. That's the Constitution, and that's what we're trying to get back to, folks, and that's what we should all find common ground on. And if you can't find common ground on being an American, well, then get the hell out of my country! Get out! Get the hell out! If you can't find common ground with being an American, and it doesn't matter what your goddamn political perspective is, if you can't find common ground in being an American, then get the hell out of the country! Get out! Get out! Anyway, folks, I'm going to move on. We got other subject matters to talk about up here, for Christ's sake. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Super Bowl 2018. All right. Now, first and foremost, from what I understand, no one kneeled during the Super Bowl national anthem. The national anthem was sang by an artist named Pink. Kind of looks like a lesbo to me. But either way, she was under the influence of a flu. She still went out there and belted the national anthem, and nobody kneeled. All right? So I hope that the NFL is getting the damn message, you anti-American piece of crap. And secondly, folks, didn't you notice that the commercials that comprised the majority of the Super Bowl whenever they went to break were just racially, politically motivated garbage? I mean, could I and realize that you're an American first, okay? You're an American first, and if you're here in America, you're here for a reason, because whatever country that your ancestors came from was a shithole. It was a subterranean shithole, and that's why you're here. So be appreciative of the fact that you're here, and you have a free country, and you have a Bill of Rights. You're here now. Respect America. I mean, I have no problem with people celebrating their culture. I mean, you've got people that do that all the time across the country. You've got Polish people who identify with their culture but still love America. You've got Asian communities that still get together and celebrate their culture but still love America. And this is what Donald Trump is trying to perpetuate throughout every facet of the government bureaucracy, specifically immigration. If we're going to be accepting people into our country, we want to make sure that they're pro-America and that they convert to our way of life. I'm sick and tired of these immigrants coming to our country, and we're supposed to bow down to their way of life. I mean, folks, I'm not joking around. Have you seen any one of these school districts in one of these immigrant-based communities? Have you ever seen a school? Folks, you've got people that are dropping their kids off at school. These are Somalians. These are, people from Africa. And I'm not joking, folks. This is real. These Somalian kids, because they're not cultured to do the bathroom where they're supposed to do it in a goddamn bathroom, these damn Somalian kids are in the hallways in some of these schools dropping trow and taking a turd right in the middle of the hallway. Yeah. I'm not joking. And let me tell you something, let me just a personal story. This is a true story for me. I was at a damn store. I'll just say it. I was at a Target, all right? I'm not bragging, okay, for all you Walmart shops. I was at Target, all right? I was doing some Christmas shopping. And, I'm trying to go out to the self-checkout lane because that's the fastest way to go. They got complete incompetence now. I hate to say it. I want to keep people employed, but people that are, checking people out, especially at these big superstores, man, they're just so depressing and just, it's horrible, right? Well, I've got there's 2 or 3 available self-checkouts, and I've got these freaking African Mumbukus just standing there, not knowing, what the hell to do. They're just standing around, and I want to get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the hell out of there, so I tell one of these Mumbuku ladies with a freaking head garb, and, had it been nighttime, I probably couldn't have seen her. She's so dark, with all due respect. I say, excuse me, ma'am, are you going to take this one? And she's like, no, I'm not going to take this one. You can go ahead and take it, but don't and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, okay, whatever. So I go and I buy a couple of pieces of crap, right? I'm over here. I'm buying my garbage. I pay. And guess who's blocking the way to get the hell out of this little area for self-checkout? It's these freaking African Mumbukus. Just like they're there. They've got their carts everywhere. They've got their freaking kids everywhere. Their kids are all, all this crap. And I just want to get the hell out. I want to go. So I asked the lady again, excuse me, can you please leave? Can I go through, please? And this goddamn Mumbuku broad acted as if I was, bothering her. Like, no, son, you go ahead and go. I'm not stopping you. I don't know why you're talking to me. Yelling at the top. Oh, no, why are you talking to me? You go ahead, sir. I'm not doing nothing to you. And making a freaking scene out here. And you see, I almost said, you stupid Mumbuku piece of garbage. You're in my country, you piece of crap. But then I stopped and said, man, they're going to put this on YouTube if I do this. So you see, man, I had to walk away from that scenario because everybody there would have probably thought that I was a bad guy. I was a bad guy because I was telling this ungrateful immigrant to respect America and have some goddamn manners, for Christ's sake. But if I would have done that, somebody would have been there with their damn Obama phone, taking the goddamn video, and I would have been viral, and that's the last thing I want to do. The last thing I want to do is be viral because I'm telling these ungrateful African Mumbuku immigrants to respect America and respect the people and have some goddamn common courtesy. I didn't do nothing, son. You go ahead. I don't know what you're doing. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, look, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade about Mumbukus. I'm sorry about that, folks. All right? Anyway, we're now well into the third hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around like wildfire. Spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Gab, folks. Gab, you can type it in your browser right now, gab.ai, and you can follow me on that social media website under the name Politics Ghost, all right? All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost is the name to follow on Gab, baby, all right? And I am verified, all right? I am verified. Now, with that being said, folks, now that we're in the second hour, let's go ahead and continue talking about the Super Bowl. I didn't mean to get off on that Mumbuku rant, but, we need to talk about these things. It's for real here. These people are coming into our country. They should respect us. They should respect us and have some freaking manners. Anyway, the reason I got into the Mumbuku rant was because every damn freaking commercial in the NFL Super Bowl was some interracial, multiracial, ethnically ambiguous garbage, you know? And look, I want to watch the Super Bowl, okay? I don't care about your political racial overtones. You stupid think that you're winning brownie points by standing on your political soapbox corporatists. All right? You're a bunch of corporations, for Christ's sake, man. Just stick to making money and shut up with your political ideology. Shut up. And by the way, one of these corporations, the Dodge Corporation, decided that it was going to use a clip of Martin Luther the King in its advertisement in an attempt to sell Dodge Ram trucks. Okay? Now, all the black folk that watched this commercial got up in arms, baby. They're like, man, why they doing that to Martin Luther the King, baby? Why they doing that to Martin Luther the King, baby? That's racist, baby. That's racist right there, man. Man, Martin Luther the King wouldn't be driving no truck, baby. Well, I know that the brothers and I know that the black folk are very upset that Dodge Ram was trying to sell trucks utilizing Martin Luther the King's voice. But why don't we just take a step back for a minute, and instead of blaming Dodge Ram, why in the hell and how in the hell did Dodge Ram even come to this conclusion, and how are they able to say it was okay to do this? Well, folks, little did I know that Martin Luther the King's speeches are all copyrighted. Oh, how convenient. Martin Luther the King's speeches are copyrighted? Oh, really? Who collects the money? Who collects the money from these speeches and their copyrights? None other than the Martin Luther the King family, folks. So I saw the King Center tweet out that they did not like this commercial or didn't agree with the commercial or whatever the case might be. But let's be honest, the King estate had to okay this particular advertisement. All right? They had to literally not only give the okay, but I'd like to know how much Dodge Ram paid Martin Luther the King's family for this advertisement. You know, I'm not even joking around. Because I read a report, folks, that somebody, I forgot what company it is, but some company utilized a small speech from Martin Luther the King's speech and had to pay the Martin Luther the King estate over $800,000 so that this company could use a little snippet of Martin Luther the King's speech in their commercials. Can you believe this, folks? Huh? Man of the people over here, right? Man of the people. This guy, let's be honest, man. I don't like Martin Luther the King, not because he's black, but because he was a complete contradiction. I mean, it's all come out now that the JFK papers have been declassified. The CIA, the FBI, they all knew that damn Martin Luther the King was a communist. He attended communist lectures. He was a devout commie. And why that has been brushed under the table into the history closet is beyond me. So it's ironic that we've got Martin Luther the King over here, a devout communist, now utilizing post-death copyrights of his damn speeches so his family can stay rich and wealthy and all that other stuff, huh? Yeah. That's just great, isn't it? That's just great. So black folk, don't be outraged at Dodge Ram, baby. Dodge Ram paid for that Martin Luther King speech fair and square. You need to be looking at the Martin Luther King family. That's what you need to be looking at if you're going to be pissed at anybody for utilizing Martin Luther King's speech to sell Dodge Ram trucks. All right? So you got to bitch at Martin Luther King's family. But you know what? I doubt that there's going to be any black folk that are going to stand up and say, man, Martin Luther King's family, why you doing this, man? Martin Luther wouldn't want you to do that, man. How the hell you going to copyright his speeches, man? That ain't right, man. And you know what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you, you know what? I got to pay for this beach house out in Florida, baby. That's what I got to do. Yeah, why don't you look up Martin Luther King's eldest son, see where he lives. I'm just saying. You people need to know the truth. All right? Because if you don't ask questions, no one's going to tell you this. I mean, they're going to let you keep thinking that it's Dodge Ram's fault for using Martin Luther King's speech because, they insensitive racists, baby. Well, take a look at the family of Martin Luther King, baby. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. Huh? Copyrighting the goddamn freaking speech, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on, man. Aren't you supposed to be some political figure for black folk? I mean, shouldn't all black folk just be able to air this goddamn speech at will, out loud in front of loudspeakers, in front of a lot of black folk? I mean, you have to pay the King family for this crap? Are you serious? Oh, God, you know what? I'm done with this crap. Straight up contradiction, black folk. Straight up contradiction. And you know what? For all you black folk that are wondering why these white cracker, trailer park idiots who are just as dumb as you are in many cases, why they think you're an idiot, here's one reason right here, black folk. I'm not even joking. Right here. All right? Right here. I'm sorry. All right? Look, I just made fun of the white nationalists and how they're a bunch of damn idiots that want to submit to the state. I'm just telling the truth about you folk. This is ridiculous. How in the hell could you get pissed off about Dodge Ram utilizing Martin Luther King's speech when it was Martin Luther King's family that got paid so that they could do it? How the hell could you not be mad at that? Give me a goddamn break. You people are idiots. And not to mention, I definitely loved the post-riots that happened after the Super Bowl. Did y'all see that? If y'all were following me on Gab, I gabbed out a live feed that was showing all the chaos that was happening all over Philadelphia. And, oh, my God. Philadelphia, I always knew they were scumbag people out there. I mean, there was one time when the NBA played an all-star game in Philadelphia, and Kobe Bryant won the MVP for that all-star game, and Kobe Bryant was from Philly. Philly was his hometown. Philadelphia was Kobe Bryant's hometown, and everybody was booing the hell out of Kobe Bryant in Philadelphia when he was named the MVP of the All-Star game. And, they had this smug asshole, Jim Gray, which I love, by the way, because he really has balls to just kind of ask these kinds of questions to these athletes. He's like, hey, Kobe, you hear all the boos out here. This is your hometown. How does that make you feel? And literally, Kobe Bryant looked like he was about to cry. He looked like he was about to cry. He was like, man, I don't know, it's my hometown, and I don't know, man. He looked like he was about to cry. Look, after that, I knew that Philly fans were a bunch of idiots and the lowest of low, like people in Philly. I mean, but, man, after watching what happened last evening, I'm telling you, Philadelphia, probably the last place I'd ever want to visit in my life. Okay? I was watching the chaos that was ensuing out there. I saw one idiot literally eat horse manure off the ground because, you know, they had, like, cops on horseback and crap, and, you know, the freaking horse takes a turd. I saw a drunkard Philadelphian eat a horse turd in front of people. You can probably Google that up. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. I saw it live, all right? I saw an idiot get on top of a road sign and then fall off and hit his head. I don't even know if he's dead or not. I saw a bunch of people standing on an awning in front of a door that collapsed. I saw countless idiots breaking street lights and street poles. I saw people pushing cars. I'm talking the most disgusting of disgusting people in Philadelphia. But I do want to say this, Philly. Even though that you're subterranean garbage and you're probably going to be Soylent Green in the next 100 years, I do have to say it was great reality TV entertainment watching you people act like a bunch of morons, tearing down your own city, and you won! You stupid morons won the Super Bowl, and you're acting like you lost! I mean, why would you tear down your own city like that? I mean, it doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Why in the hell would you tear down your own city? You stupid, dumb Philadelphia morons! You know, then again, you know, this is the same dumb area that invented the cheese steak, you know, the Philly cheesesteak sandwich. And let's be honest, what's a Philly cheesesteak? All right, you stupid Philadelphian idiots. You want to know what a Philly cheesesteak is, folks? It's chuck steak. Chuck steak, probably, you know, the cheapest freaking cut of steak that you could buy. Chuck steak with cheese whiz in a freaking roll, or in a freaking bolillo, or a freaking hoagie, or whatever the hell they put it in. I'm not joking. It's freaking chuck steak and cheese whiz and bread. And that's the goddamn Philadelphia delicacy, for Christ's sake? That's the Philadelphia delicacy? It's chuck steak and cheese whiz, for Christ's sake. The two cheapest pieces of shit that you could put together. I mean, good God. Good God, these people from Philadelphia suck. Good God, these people from Philadelphia are fucking stupid. You're stupid, Philadelphia. You're stupid! Good God! And this is the damn, supposedly the city of brotherly love. Ah, yeah. We saw a lot of brotherly love after the Super Bowl, didn't we? Man, what a bunch of pure waste of life, man. Give me the mic! Give me the mic! Jesus Christ. That's it. I'm not giving Philadelphia any more freaking airtime. All right? People are freaking. And you know what? I was in the inner circle last night, okay? We were watching the post-carnage of the Super Bowl, and I've got a lot of foreign people that are in the inner circle, and they're just looking like, yeah, you fucking Yanks. Look at you. Look at, yeah, you just won a bloody game, for heaven's sake. Look at you. I don't blame them. I don't blame them, for Christ's sake, man. It was humiliating the way the Philly fans conducted themselves, for Christ's sake. Good God. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach. And look, I'm getting gabbed by Philly people now. Oh, what, did I hurt your feelings, huh? Did I hurt your feelings that I told the truth about your pissing ground you call a city, for Christ's sake? I wouldn't take a dirty diarrhea turd in Philadelphia. You understand that? I'm not even joking around. You couldn't pay me to go to Philadelphia. I'm not even kidding. It is literally a wart on the ass of America, Philadelphia, at this point. It is a pimple on the ass of America. Jesus Christ. Anyway, look, I'm moving on. And I'm doing something. I'm talking about something else. I don't want to talk about these people from Philly who think that a culinary delicacy is stuffing chuck steak and throwing cheese whiz on a roll. I'm sick of these Philadelphia trash. Anyway, let's move on, folks, all right? Let's talk a little bit. We got a couple of subject matters to talk about, then we're going to move on to Radio Graffiti. I want to talk a little bit about Turkey's Prime Minister Erdogan. He met with Pope Francis, baby. I'm telling you, what is Erdogan doing, man? I mean, I'm starting to believe that Erdogan may be rushing this whole Ottoman Empire thing because he's just biting off a tad bit more than he can chew. I mean, just by his pure actions. I mean, first and foremost, lest we forget July 2016 when he pulled off that fake coup on himself, all right? And the reason he did that was to, of course, round up all his domestic enemies, put them in jail, kill them, whatever, while at the same time bolstering his image in the Islamic world. I remember after the coup, there was a lot of Islam and a lot of Muslims on Twitter basking at Erdogan as some kind of a Muslim hero. And I think that's exactly the intent of that particular fake coup on himself. Well, I think that he has utilized that as a means to go and, I don't know, take back the Ottoman Empire? I have no idea. We talked about how Turkey right now is in a military action in the city of Afrin, Syria. They're claiming that the reason that they have to take this military action is to prevent terrorism, because lest we forget, the Kurds do pop-shot terrorist acts every now and then within the borders of Turkey. So that's why they're justifying the military incursion in Afrin. Now, if you take a look at what's going on there right now, it doesn't seem like the Turkish are kicking the asses of the Syrians. As a matter of fact, it was like 2 days ago in which the Turks took a humongous loss in its attempt at trying to military strike the Afrin area and take it away from the Kurds. The Kurds are, folks, I don't think that the Turkish realize that the Kurds, their whole life is about fighting. They're a landless people. I mean, the only way that they're still alive and in existence is because they all fight. They're fierce fighters. The women Kurds even fight. The women Kurds even fight. So for Turkey to come in and think that they were just going to pull in a military action in Afrin and just take over the damn city, they got another thing coming. And now they find themselves in a real combative situation in Afrin. And on top of that, you've got Turkey along the border of Greece trying to muscle up to Greece. And we talked about Greece in the beginning of the broadcast during their financial collapse. When they got bailed out, they used the majority of that bailout money to buy all this goddamn military equipment and tanks and jets and all kinds of crap. So it'll be an interesting situation if Erdogan's Turkey, decides that it wants to go right into Greece, for Christ's sake. I mean, I don't know what Turkey's doing. I don't know what Erdogan's smoking, but good God. Well, now Turkey, for whatever reason, Erdogan's Turkey decided that it's going to meet with the Pope. He's going to meet with Pope Francis. Now, why are they meeting together? Because Turkey wants a Christian denomination leader to agree with them that Jerusalem and the status quo therein, meaning that it shouldn't be the capital of Israel, should stand put. They believe that the Jerusalem status quo should be preserved, and there should be no capital recognized in Jerusalem. And they both agreed to this. I mean, this underscores what I've been telling you about Pope Francis being a leftist, atheist, communist pope. He's done more to wipe the ass of the Catholic religion traditions than any other pope in Catholic history. I mean, this guy was washing the feet of wild Yehudis on camera in an attempt to try to claim that borders are anti-God. Meanwhile, this asshole is surrounded by walls that were built during the Dark Ages. Now, folks, why would Pope Francis agree with Turkey to preserve the status quo of Jerusalem if Pope Francis is not involved with all this globalist garbage, this communist garbage? I mean, I keep telling you folks that this international institutionalism is all communist related. I mean, look at the European Union, the EU. The European Union, what was the last thing they called a union? Oh yeah, that's right, the Soviet Union. The first communist state! The first communist state that was ever erected was called the Soviet Union. And now you've got the European Union? Any coincidence? No! They're a bunch of commies! The whole idea of unionization is a communist adherent. Good God, wake up! And Pope Francis is all for this. That's why he's talking about open borders. That's why he's talking about immigrants. That's why he's getting more political. That's why the church is leaning more towards the left. That's why he said abortions were okay. Do you understand that? This asshole Pope Francis is a disgusting human being, and I can't believe that Catholics can't take their heads out of their asses and realize that this man right here has done more to blaspheme Catholics than anyone could ever have. So, with that being said, Pope Francis agrees with Turkey's Erdogan to keep Jerusalem as it is, the status quo, no capital. It should be preserved. Give me a break. Go shove it up your ass. All right, Pope Francis. Oh, yeah, and on top of this, folks, on top of that, it's come to the conclusion now that Pope Francis did receive letters from these sex abuse victims that he claimed that he never got. Yeah, remember, he was in Chile recently, and he claimed and actually told the sex abuse victims that, oh, you're lying. You're lying. You need to require proof. Give us proof that you were sexually molested. I don't believe you. This is the Pope that said this, all right? Now, I want you to realize that it all comes down to a bishop by the name of Juan Barros, all right? Juan Barros was appointed as bishop by Pope Francis, okay? Now, Barros basically covered up a lot of sexual impropriety and molestations that were conducted under his tenure as a bishop. And Pope Francis knew it. Now, what I'm about to read to you is a great piece by the Washington Post, of all fucking places. Excuse my French, I'm sorry for cursing. But, I mean, I'm serious. I mean, this is from the Washington Post that gives a detailed timeline on key dates showing that the Pope is completely lying and contradicting his denial about not knowing about sex abuse in his church during his tenure. Now, the first date is January 10th, 2015. Pope names Barros, then Chile's military chaplain, that's who Barros was, he was Chile's military chaplain, as bishop of Osorno over the objections of some members of the Chilean Bishops' Conference. They were concerned about the fallout from the Caradima affair. The Caradima affair, folks, was, you guessed it, sex abuse. All right, on January 31st, 2015, Francis acknowledged the bishop's concerns in a letter, which the AP, Associated Press, obtained last month. The letter revealed a plan to have Barros and two other Caradima-trained bishops resign and take a year-long sabbatical. But Francis wrote that it fell apart because the nuncio revealed it. Whoever the hell nuncio is. The Pope later acknowledged that he had blocked the plan himself because there was, quote, no evidence Barros was guilty of any cover-up, okay? That was January 31st, 2015. Let's continue. February 2015. 50 Chilean lawmakers and priests, deacons, and more than 1,000 laity in the Osorno diocese signed petitions protesting Barros' appointment and urging Pope Francis to revoke it. February 3rd, 2015, Juan Carlos Cruz writes an 8-page letter to the Vatican's ambassador in Santiago, Montesignor, Ivo Scapolo, I don't know these people's names, for Christ's sake, accusing Barros of watching the sex abuse he experienced and not doing anything to stop it. This is Juan Carlos Cruz writing an 8-page letter to the Vatican, claiming that Barros watched the sex abuse he experienced and did nothing to stop it. The letter, which Cruz said should be considered a formal complaint, would form the basis of the subsequent letter to the Pope. On March 21st, 2015, the Mass installing Barros as Bishop of Osorno is marred by violent protests. Black-clad demonstrators stormed the church with signs that said, "No to Cardima accomplice." 10 days later, the Vatican publicly defends Barros, saying carefully examined the prelate's candidature and did not find objective reason to preclude the appointment. Okay? So they were ride or die with Barros. April 12, 2015, 4 members of the Pope's Pontifical Commission for the Protection of Minors fly to Rome to meet with Cardinal Sean O'Malley, Francis's top advisor, to raise concerns about Barros' suitability to run a diocese. The commissioners cite the victim testimony that Barros witnessed and ignored abuse. Member Mary Collins hands Cruz's letter to O'Malley, who would go on to tell Collins and Cruz he delivered it to the Pope and relayed their concerns. May 15, 2015, Pope is filmed in St. Peter's Square telling the spokesman for the Chilean Bishops' Conference that the Chilean church had become too politicized and the opposition to Barros was coming from leftists. Can you believe this idiot? Francis says Osorno suffers, yes, from foolishness, because they don't open their heart to what God says, and they let themselves guided by the nonsense all those people say. So this guy is continuing to back up this damn child-molesting piece of garbage. This, of course, is the Pope. All right, this is the Pope here. Let's take it a little forward. January 15, 2018. Francis arrives in Chile to protest that are unprecedented for a papal visit. And that happened last month. Remember? I talked about it on this broadcast. During his first public remarks, he apologized for the irreparable damage suffered by all victims of sex abuse. He meets with 2 survivors and weeps with them. Oh, that's great, Popey. That's just great. January 18, 2018, while visiting the northern city of Enrique, Francis is asked by Chilean journalists about Barros and says, "The day they bring me proof against Bishop Barros, I'll speak. There is not one shred of proof against him." Can you believe this? This is Pope Francis here, okay? This is your Pope here. On January 18, 2018, while visiting the northern... Oh, I already read that one. January 20th, 2018, Cardinal O'Malley publicly rebukes the Pope, saying his words in Enrique were a source of great pain for abuse survivors. Words that convey the message, if you cannot prove your claims, then you will not be believed. Abandon those who have suffered reprehensible criminal violations of their human dignity and regulate survivors to the discredited exile. And on January 21st, 2018, Francis partially apologizes, saying that he shouldn't have used the word proof, but rather evidence. During an in-flight news conference, he repeats that the accusations against Barros are, quote, slander, and denies any victims had come forward accusing Barros of covering up the Cardima incident. And he says, and I quote, this is what Francis said about Barros, "I am convinced he's innocent." Here comes February 5th, 2018. The AP reports the content of Cruz's letter, which contradicts the Pope's claim about no victims coming forward. Cruz wrote, "Holy Father, it's bad enough that we've suffered such tremendous pain and anguish from the sexual and psychological abuse, but the terrible mistreatment we've received from our pastors is almost worse." And there it is, folks, the contradiction of the Pope himself. He knew about sexual abuse. He did nothing about it. He actually condoned it. He actually helped protect it. He actually protected a bishop that knew and was within sight of sexual abuse. This is why, folks, in my opinion, the Catholic Church needs to be raided. It needs to be raided. I mean, lest we forget that the ATF, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, raided the Waco camp of the Branch Davidians based on an allegation of one or two supposed teenage sexual affairs that David Koresh was supposedly had, even though it came out in later testimony that it was all a lie. I mean, lest we forget, folks, that remember Warren Jeffs, that the polygamous church guy? They raided his compound in Utah and in Texas because of the allegations that he was allegedly having affairs with teenage girls and that sort of thing. How come these two guys, which I think unfortunately the Branch Davidian accusation was not true, but the Warren Jeffs one, according to the testimony of different people, it was. But how come the government can go in and raid all these people on the speculation of such sexual abuse when you actually have millions and millions of abused children that are now adults that'll testify to the Vatican's evil, that'll testify to the Vatican's pedophilia? How come the goddamn government isn't going down busting the Vatican's door? How come they're not taking the Pope into custody? How come they're not taking the bishops into custody? How come they're not taking the priests into custody? They did it to the Branch Davidians in Waco. They did it to Warren Jeffs. They do it to anybody else. How come they won't do it to the Catholic Church? How many more stories have to come out that the Catholic Church covered up sexual abuse of children? Folks, at this point, if you don't understand that the Catholic Church at this point is a pedophile cult, then you're a goddamn idiot. Then you're a goddamn idiot if you don't know at this point that this is a pedophile cult. The Catholic Church, a pedophile cult. If you're too blind to see that, that's your effing problem. But how dare you claim to be holy? How dare you claim to be righteous? How dare you claim to be somebody of any kind of holiness value when you turn a blind eye to sex abuse victims? When you turn a blind eye to pedophilia because, it's my priest, it's my bishop, it's my pope. I'm not joking around, man. How come the goddamn Vatican isn't being taken down right now? How come the Pope isn't arrested? I'm telling you, the next time the Pope comes to the United States, we should slap the handcuffs on him. We should slap the handcuffs on him. But no, you've got so many Catholics out here that are going to justify what this damn pedophile cult does.
Well, no, that's not all the priests. Well, no, that's not all the church.
It's the freaking church, you idiots. All over the world, Australia, Chile, the United States, Europe. I mean, give me a break. This is what these freaking priests do. That's what they do. They utilize dogma to manipulate children for sexual acts. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. Anyway, folks, look, I was going to talk about Russia intensifying its attacks on Idlib. For you folks that don't know, I know that Turkey right now is having a military offensive in Afrin, Syria. Well, Russia is in the city of Idlib, and it is bombing the hell out of Idlib after one of the Russian jet fighters that they had got shot down by a Syrian militia within the region, and they have been bombing the hell out of Idlib ever since. So I don't know what's going on here. I mean, Russia did whatever it could to protect Bashar al-Assad so that Bashar al-Assad could keep Syria, yet you've got offensives in Syria, and it seems like it's for two different reasons. You've got an offensive in Syria coming from Turkey, who's claiming that they're trying to root out terrorism and rooting out the Kurds in the region of Afrin, when in actuality, if you want my personal opinion, they're not going to give up that land when they take it over, and they're going to keep going forward. I mean, we already had Erdogan state that he feels that Bashar al-Assad should be removed from power. And this is, of course, after Vladimir Putin gave him the country back. Y'all remember that? Oh, my God, this guy, you had a gaunt-looking Bashar al-Assad literally shake the hand saying, thank you, Putin, thank you, I would not, I kiss your feet, I can, shut up! And now you've got, I thought they were allies. I thought that Turkey and Russia were allies because they had just signed a military arms agreement in Sochi about a couple of months ago. So it's very, very interesting what's happening in Syria, folks. I would keep my eye on that place because I think Erdogan's Turkey might be biting off a little bit more than he can chew. And Russia, who the hell knows what their motive is out there, to be completely honest with you. Who the hell knows what their goddamn motive is? But they're out there, and there is a current offensive happening right now. It's a tremendous humanitarian situation. If you don't believe me, all you've got to do is just YouTube search Idlib, Russia, airstrikes, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Very bad humanitarian situation. Unbelievable. Anyway, folks, now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti! That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903, and when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. All right, now, before I get to Radio Graffiti, folks, I do want to say that I know people have been wanting to see if there's going to be a True Capitalist Radio official chat room going on where I could pay attention to it, I could respond to it, you know, people can chat with it. I'll chat with you guys occasionally. I'll be in there chatting with you, you know, the whole nine. I wish I could literally put it out for free, but you know, as soon as you do that, folks, these sons of bitches, every damn troll, every scumbag and their brother is going to go in there. They're going to try to make people's lives hell and all this other crap. So I've been trying to figure out how to put a paywall on this son of a bitch so I can so we can have a chat room, so we can have a legitimate chat room. So what I did is this, all right? I am now on Gab, okay, as a pro user, premium user, okay? Now, what they allow you to do on Gab is to subscribe as a premium subscriber to my, Gab account. And I tell you what, anybody who subscribes as a subscriber, not only will I hook you up in the official TCR chat room, but I'm also going to be able to give out prizes to everybody who's a subscriber. Now, I've got some badass prizes to give out to people that are subscribers out here. TCR merch, crypto, you name it. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna try to make a goddamn chat room, and we're gonna try to make a decent chat room. All right, the inner circle is not even in there. They're going to have to pay to be in there. This is a whole separate thing. And not to mention, I need some mods in there. So, you know, if you happen to sign up via the Gab subscription, I mean, let me know if you're in it, if you know anything about being a mod or if you want to be an admin. And once you're a subscriber, just give me your goddamn Discord name and you're in. It's as simple as that. All right. Anyway, with that being said, do we got any goddamn Radio Graffiti callers, engineer? All right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti right now. All right, folks. Who the hell do we have here? Let's go ahead and let's get started. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Why are you even calling if you're not going to say anything, you loser? 423 Radio Graffiti. We got Tyron Radio Graffiti. Shut the fuck up! You stupid goddamn cunt! Shut the fuck up! You guys are goddamn cunts behind her! Shut the fuck up! You stupid pothole cunt! Shut the fuck up! All of you damn cyber vermin, shut up! That's great. You made a freaking song about me being pissed off. That's great. Stupid asshole! Yeah, that's just great. That's great. That's fresh. Oh, that's fresh, for Christ's sake. Give me a freaking break. Don't shove it up your ass. Stop making songs. Stop making freaking remixes. Stop all that crap. Jesus Christ. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic, for Christ's sake, man. Stop this crap. I mean it. Just stop. 336 Radio Graffiti.
We here at H3H3 Productions are all about blasting ass. Niggers just have to nig. Super niggers. Black people behave like animals. Just monkeys, nothing more. Sorry, blacks, but most of you are easy to manipulate. Ungo, boingo, boongo, bongo. Fuck niggers. Fuck monkeys. All monkeys deserve to die.
Hey, all right. Shut this racist crap up, for Christ. Shut it up! Shut it the hell up! Good God, you freaks, man. Who else do we have? 732 Radio Graffiti.
I'm depressed. I'm a freaking communist. Engineer is a queer. Let me get that off my chest. All you trolls and fruit fools just annoy me for the lulz with disgusting names like Poop Tickler. Do any of you have souls? All you fruits and disputes, stop playing with your flesh flutes. And once all the minorities have been guessed, just know I watch MLP and have a half-inch wee-wee, cause I'm depressed.
What the hell was that? Son of a bitch! What the hell kind of song was that? That was a horrible imitation of me. That's a horrible imitation of me, man. That's horrible. Give me the mic. That's freaking horrible. God damn, man. You people piss me off. God damn it. 352 Radio Graffiti. Danny J. Radio Graffiti.
What's going on? Hey, I was in front of you.
Jesus. I cannot believe this crap.
You calling me a liar?
Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Are we going to start this? Is this what we're going to do? All right, let me calm down here.
You calling me a...
Jesus Christ! Oh, Christ! Oh, Christ, no! Get away!
Jesus Christ. Go away! Oh, Jesus Christ, man! Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't know what the hell to do here! Oh, my God, look, they're knocking on my door, folks. They're knocking on my door. Templeton's freaking out over here, for Christ's sake. Something's going down here. I can't be on this show. I don't know what the hell's going on here, folks. Jesus Christ, follow me on Twitter, Politics Goes, for Christ's sake. I don't know what the hell's going on here, folks. I got to get the hell out of here. For Christ's sake. Oh, my God. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Oh, my God. Good God. Why? Why? Freaking why? Good God, give me the mic. Good God, man. And look, thank you guys for whoever's subscribing right now on the Gab. I appreciate it, man. You guys rock. And I'll make sure to get you guys in the chat room as soon as possible. It's a whole new chat room, and we need mods, man. We need mods. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. 256 Radio Graffiti.
Welcome to another True Capitalist Radio infomercial. I am your host, Dr. Pan MD, bringing you another fine commercial for another TCR product. Today we are selling Ghost Anger Management CDs in this little collection of 5 CDs aptly named My Little Albin, Anger Isn't Magic. Ghost will show you his coping methods for his stress, which include, but are not limited to, heavy drinking, calling everybody he hates autists, having a daddy kink for Donald Trump, oh my, enjoying getting paused in an egg hole, and many other coping mechanisms. These are not the only ones. If you feel the stress getting to you, and you need to blow off steam, you can always do Ghost's classic stress relief tactic of flailing cans everywhere, also known as cans.wave. All you need to do is fill your shitty office with cans, get triggered by little bullshit, and flail like crazy. If these sound like what you're looking for to get your anger under control, call right now, and we will set you up. Call today.
You stupid freaking... Who was that? Was that the snake nerd? Jesus Christ! Man, what kind of a goddamn carpet-munching Monday is this, for Christ's sake, man? What kind of a carpet-munching, shitty-ass Monday is this? Good God! Give me the mic! What kind of a goddamn carpet-munching Monday is this, man? Jesus Christ, I'm so sick. I'm so sick of this crap. I'm so sick of having to put up with this crap. 412 Radio Graffiti.
Crazy, but finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends, and then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. It sounds strange, but you won't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be.
What the hell? Shut up. What the hell was that? I don't even want to know what it is, for heaven's sake. 269 Radio Goddamn Graffiti.
Ghost baby, I want you to go down on me like the stock markets went down today. Make it sloppy too, baby buns.
No. Damn internet butt-sucker bastard! No! Damn it, not the goddamn internet butt-sucker! Damn it! I thought we got rid of that scumbag! I thought we freaking got rid of that guy! Good God! We got rid of that guy! Ah! Give me the mic! Damn it, man. You know that asshole called me every goddamn day for 2 years! I don't ever want that asshole calling back, for Christ's sake. Go shove it up your ass. 352 Radio Goddamn Graffiti. We got Rob the Capitalist, Radio Graffiti. I am going to for chance right now. Oh, just, I don't know. Shut up, please. Just shut up, please. Just shut up, please. Just shut up, please. Just shut up. Oh, Jesus. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. All right, shut up. We don't need to hear rage against the freaking communist machine, all right? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Linda, this is Matt from Bad Dragon. I'm just calling to make sure that your 14-inch lion dildo got sent to your household. Can I,
Shut up, you stupid pervert. Just shut your stupid, stinking, salmon-smelling hole. 719 Radio Graffiti.
Connecting you. Please hold the line.
NORAD, AWS, Station Zulu Foxtrot 77, Zulu Foxtrot 77, Status Alert Con 4, Status Alert Con 4, Security Tracing in progress. Attention, attention, attention. Whiskey, 09, your. Attention, attention, attention.
What kind of freaky crap was that? What kind of a freak show crap was that? What was that? Yeah, it was freaky, man. It was freaky. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I'm just going to keep going through these calls here. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. All this crap. I'm telling you, no more chimp outs. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Frontline, you make headline, niggas. Say my name, get it right. Whip it right.
Jesus Christ, with this monkey music, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Jesus Christ, man. I told all you assholes already, no more damn chips, man. No more chips. No more goddamn chips, for Christ's sake. Give me the mic. Look, shut up. I never said that. That's a splice. That's a goddamn... You know what? Go screw yourselves. You all have made this a freaking carpet munching Monday from hell. From hell, for Christ's sake, man. Good God. And I'm supposed to have a chat room? And look at all the people that are freaking... Look at all the people signing up for the chat room. Good God. Oh, no. I recognize those trolls. Oh, no. No! Why? Why? You want to make my life a living hell? Why? Oh, my God. Look, I don't... If you purchase a subscription and you want to get into the freaking Discord, man, private message me on Gab. Look, I can already recognize trolls' names. They're going to troll me, aren't you? You're going to troll me on my own TCR chat, aren't you? You sick trolls! When is it going to end? When is it going to stop? When are you just going to leave me alone?